Hey, this is Dee Sanchez, and welcome to my channel, ScrappyGamerDDS, and we're back again with the Also Inspired December 2017 inspiration, hosted by Alicia from Call Me Crafty Al. This time, we're inspired by Jennifer Allwood, and you can see a little thumb tab of that, but we're going to show you the actual picture. It's of a mantle that she designed, and basically, we had to take any kind of inspiration from that mantle. And so we're going to go right into my project. And so here I am going to just start to prep canvases. So wasn't sure what I was going to do, but decided to do, I don't know if this is considered mixed media. I don't think so, but maybe home decor. And so we're going to be painting and gluing and doing a bunch of stuff. And if you want to check out the other ladies, please look in the links below, visit them, show them some love, and remember to come back next month when we do our January inspiration. So here we are. Basically showing a little bit. I had some decoupage sparkle mediums, so I wanted to prep the canvases. I wanted them to stay white, but I didn't want them to be the canvas, itself. So that's what I had done with the painting. Now I had gotten some ribbon from Michaels. I think it's actually called the Target dot. It was so weird because I didn't notice at first, but it looks like the Target dot from the store. And so I'm cutting some of this to match the length of the canvases. I believe they're 20 inches long by 12. And so this is probably about 10-inch wide ribbon, maybe 11. I'm not sure. These flowers came from the dollar store. They were like $1 a pick, of course. And so I'm taking them apart and taking all the buds off in order to use them for my project. So what I liked about the mantle, I don't know, it was very balanced, very um, simple in a way. I like the very delicate color scheme, and I like the washboard effect of the wood behind the wreath with the deer head. And I was gonna think about doing something with the deer head or the stag because that's very like in right now. Didn't really have anything in my stash, and I don't have a mantle, but I know that I'm going to be putting up wreaths, so I figured that I would do something that actually could be on either side. And you'll see that at the end when I show you the pictures. So I'm going to take that inspiration of the colors, the white, the red, the greens, and this idea of balance and creating two home decor items, very similar to many of the projects that you've probably been seeing coming out recently in many of your feeds in regards to like a cross or a gathered cross in the center. Okay, sorry for the hiccup. Things just froze there for a moment. So yeah, so they're gathered crosses. So I wasn't doing a cross, but I was doing a gathering. I tried to pull out my camera as much as I could, but I couldn't get the full canvas in there without losing a lot of the visual. So I wanted to make sure you could see what I was doing. Here's another spool of ribbon. It's kind of a weird green, but I like it. It's one of the colors that I use for my channel logo and some things that I do at home with my crafty businesses and stuff like that. So I bought that. I don't know what I'm doing here. I must be looking for scissors. No, I had scissors. Anyway, so I'm gonna use this like I don't know, it's not lime green. Maybe there's lime green, sparkly ribbon, and I'm going to use that as the gathering element in my two items. I'm also going to incorporate these snowflakes. I feel like the thumbnail or the image that we were sent for inspiration had a lot of white, had a lot of red, and had a lot of subtle sparkle. So I had the red and the white going, and it had the flowers, and I just feel like I wanted a little more sparkle without adding like a lot of gems or something. So hence the sparkle paint on the canvas. But then I had bought these dollar store, what are these called? Snowflakes, to use them for another project that May made it, and so did I. One of from Mimi's channel, she did some reindeers, paper rosettes, and she used these for their antlers, and it's really cute little video if you want to make some ornaments with the kids out of paper. And so I was going to do that, and then I was gathering supplies for this project, and I said, it's going to be nice and all, but it needs a little sparkle, a little something that's not in your face. So it adds that little shine, and it's a nice big, piece. And so I decided to string three of them together, the rule of threes. I don't know why I'm saying that, but anyway, and it was a little bit of a pain to get the thread because I didn't want to glue them together because I wanted them to be able to move. Not that the thing is going to be placed in a place where I'm going to be moving it, but I guess it was just I would know that it couldn't move. At one point, I was thinking of putting lights behind it, but I couldn't find my lights. I had bought some LEDs from the dollar store, but all right, so here I go. I think I finally got it done. Yeah, I'm checking the length, and I'm finding that one of them is actually, I guess the string was a little longer than the rest, and so I had to make an adjustment there. And then we're going to go back to making our home decor item. So if you haven't gathered now, it's basically two panels that would go on either side of a mantle. In my case, when I decorate, I'm going to put it on either side of a wreath. And so here I'm laying it out. Um, I'm going to just hot glue it. I figured if I had some staple gun, I might have done that, but I don't know where it is. And so hot glue is our next best friend. And so I'm going to use straight up hot glue. The ribbon is actually thinner than the canvas, so I was not able to do any kind of gathering from the initial. And I was almost going to burn my fingers, but then I remembered, oh, those bottoms of the flowers. Let me go grab that and use that as a tool. So here what I'm doing is trying to figure out how to place the second part of the ribbon. So I decided to use one of the actual glue sticks from my glue gun. I figured I need a little bit of space in order to help the gather. I wasn't sure exactly how much, so I started out with that. I figured, a little bit I could pull on it once the glue was set. So I'm sliding that glue stick out and I'm checking the looseness. And then I'm going to do the other panel before I do any of the decorating. I figured that if I do both panels first, I can put them to the side. Just like I did with the painting. I did the painting first, and then I was able to put that to the side and cut up all the flower picks. So, kind of have a process so that I'm not waiting too much and not making multiple videos and shots. So I'm doing the second panel. I'm going to glue the ribbon down, and then I'm going to put it to the side, and then I'm going to start to work with some other stuff. So, yeah, this was a nice little project. It wasn't very long. It took me about 30 minutes, and um, double speeding it really. So that's not how fast I go. I mean, it doesn't seem fast, but I know it's much faster than what I was doing. But it only took me like 33 minutes. I don't know if I said that already. My video's been acting a little wonky. My head's a little unclear. Feeling a little under the weather. But we got to get our videos done, and so I needed to come back and do this voiceover. So here we go. The glue gun is giving me a hard time. I could tell by the shadow that I was wrestling with this. I don't know what was going on. I bought this heavy duty one because I've been doing a lot of different things with my daughter for projects and stuff. And anyway, so I brought the other one back up, and now I'm going to check out that gather. I don't know why I was doing this upside down. Meaning, why did I put this shorter end towards me when I know that that was going to be towards the top? So technically I was doing this upside down. I'm like, I know I'm going to rotate the video in the video editor. It was so weird. But there it goes. You saw that, right? I forgot about my tool. Anyway, my finger still hurts actually. Anyway, so I'm just putting it so it can hold certain things in space, in space and time. No, in place. And then I see that I cut the ribbon a little too short for it to have like tails that dangle. So I'm cutting some more ribbon, cutting two pieces, one for each of the two different canvases. I'm trying not to be wasteful and trying to make sure that I match. So here I decide to like, okay, stop working upside down and turn the project right side up. And a couple times after this, because I'm moving things up and down, I do bump the camera. So please excuse that jostle. And so here I got the glue going on that. I decided to cut off my little tails into little angles. And so again, because the canvas is much bigger and I don't want to zoom too far out, you don't see everything towards the bottom. Here I'm trying to twist the tails because this is a wired ribbon. So if you mess with it, it will hold the shape for some, for a moment or two, for some degree. I don't know, that doesn't sound right, but anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Here I'm doing a mess of hot glue, and I figured, okay, I'm just gonna do this, and I'm gonna plop them all there. I'm gonna press down and poof, bop, bop. It's gonna be done. Well, guess what? Not really. The glue is so hot, it needs time to for you to hold it. You see, like it was already falling apart. You have to like actually hold it. So thankfully they were thick enough that I didn't burn my fingers while having to press down. Here I said, you know what, since I'm gonna have to hold it and it's gonna be so constricted, let me put the other elements in there, which was a pine cone that came on the pick and little red berries. And so now you see me holding it down um, until it didn't move anymore. I think I might press down on it one more time. Yeah. It was weird. I don't know. I expect hot glue to dry so fast and it didn't. And I was just like, oh my God, I don't want to burn my fingers. So here's my little trio of snowflakes that I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I didn't want to glue them down. Again, I don't know why they had to be dangling, but I wanted them to be dangling. So I decided to take the actual, what is it called? The string again, from the top one and tuck it under one of the petals and hot glue it there. And then I do proceed to mess with the height on it because I felt like it was a little low. And then, see, I pulled it out. Then I said, nope, it has to go even higher. And then I zhuzhed it around until I liked where it was dangling. And then that was that. That was mine. You see me swept. See, that's what I did. The hot glue doesn't dry fast enough for me. There we go. So now I like give myself some time to do that and say, you know what, let me leave it flat because it will, then the weight of the snowflakes will pull. So I put it to the side and now I'm going through the same process. Now, here's where, this is where we say they're handmade because I tried to match them up. I did. You see me bring the other canvas back and I thought that I was in the right place. Um, and it felt like it was in the right place, but then I don't know what happened. I was not in the right place. So they aren't exactly at the same level, the green ribbon, but I don't know. Like I said, it's always something. And so I made them. They're cute, and I will be glad to put them on my wall. So we're going to go through the process again. And so if you have any comments about my video, please leave some in the comment section and please visit the other ladies as well. I can see in my editor that my video is coming to a close. So this process is just the same as before. Then I will have some shots of the finished items. I do zoom out to stand up, take the camera and reposition it so that you can see things a little better. And maybe this will inspire somebody else to make some decor. So you may have wreaths that you put on the side of a door or even on a wall. And you don't necessarily have to have a mantle, but you can, uh, make it up and make that balance work out. I don't know here if you noticed, like I had to make sure that the pine cones faced the opposite directions. It's like when I go to buy jewelry and you get earrings that are like a certain shape and then you buy the pair and they're facing the same direction. It's like, no. So got to be like finicky like that. So I had to make sure the pine cones were facing in the opposite directions and that the berries were facing in the opposite direction. So there was some symmetry to it. I guess that's the math person in me wanting to see that balance. Um, so here I am just checking on the first one rather, and I'm going to do my last little add of detail, which is the snowflakes, and then we'll be almost done. Well, actually we're done. We're done once it dries. So I don't know what happened to the pick. Oh, there it goes. See, I don't know why I kept pulling on that. Did it again. But here you go. Got it up where it's supposed to be, a little higher. Still pushing down on that darn hot glue that won't dry or won't set. And so Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. See, I don't match. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll come back in January with another bunch of great gals and guys who will be starting our new 6-month sessions, and you'll check them out. Like I said in the video below, maybe you want to subscribe to my channel and hear my videos, hear my shots. So this was the photo of the first one, the second one. They do look rather different, but then I decided to mock this up. This is a reef that my hubby made actually. Here's a shot of it hung, and then a shot of it coming on the side view so that you can see the three-dimensionality of it. So thanks for coming by, guys. And again, like I said, we will be back next month in January with a bunch of new participants. Thank you once again, and I hope you excuse my rambles, stick head, things don't go straight. But I wanted to make sure that I did my video and I got something out there for you guys. And like I said, I hope that you enjoyed and you will come back and please subscribe, like, give me some comments, some positive feedback, maybe some, criticisms that are, constructive. And until next month, I will see you, and thanks for dropping by.